You play as a survivor of a plane crash who finds themselves on a mysterious island filled with terrifying cannibalistic natives and mutants. Your main goal is to survive, explore the island, and find your son. During the day, you gather resources, build a base, hunt, craft tools and defenses, but at night the real horror begins. Enemies become more aggressive, darkness closes in, and your torch is the only source of light. In co-op mode, the game becomes even more immersive. You can build massive bases together, explore caves, and coordinate defenses during nighttime raids. Fear and fun go hand in hand. It's one of the most atmospheric and intense survival games out there, especially in co-op. A sequel to The Forest, and not just a better version, but a true step forward. Once again, you're stranded on an island filled with terrifying mutants, but now everything is on a bigger scale. Improved graphics, physics, enemy AI, building systems, and even companions. One of the key characters is Kelvin, a mute companion who can help you or mess things up if given the wrong instructions. The gameplay is more flexible. You decide how to survive. Build a lakeside cabin, set traps, place torches, or descend into terrifying underground caves. Co-op multiplies the experience. One builds, one hunts, another defends. In this game, you are a fallen Viking warrior transported to the mythological world of Valheim. Your goal is to prove your worth by defeating ancient creatures and earning your place in Valhalla. It starts as a basic survival experience, chopping trees, gathering food, building shelter, and fending off monsters. Over time, you progress, unlock medals, craft armor, build ships, and explore distant lands. The game has a unique visual style, simple yet atmospheric. The soundtrack, weather effects, and sunsets are mesmerizing. Each biome, meadows, forests, swamps, mountains, oceans, feels distinct and requires a different approach to survival. Palworld is a unique mix of Pokemon-style creature collecting and survival gameplay with shooter elements. You're thrown into a massive world filled with cute and not-so-cute creatures called pals, which you can tame, use in battles, for crafting, or even put to work in factories. Yes, your pets can fight, gather resources, build structures, and defend your base. The world is vibrant and diverse, with different regions, dungeons, enemy camps, and natural disasters. There's crafting, building, and raids on bosses. Weapons range from swords to assault rifles and rocket launchers. You can ride your pal into battle with a flamethrower, then relax with some quiet fishing. Ark is a full-blown prehistoric sandbox where you wake up naked and empty-handed on an island filled with dinosaurs, other survivors, and countless dangers. In the early game, you're chopping wood and picking berries, but a few weeks later, you might be flying on a pterodactyl and shooting a grenade launcher. Core mechanics include dinosaur taming and battles against other players or AI. Tamed creatures can be guards, workers, or mounts. There's also a character and tech progression system. from the Stone Age to automatic weapons. A true classic of the genre. In survival mode, you start with nothing but your bare hands in an infinite, procedurally generated world. Gather resources, build structures, fight monsters, mine deep underground, and explore villages, oceans, deserts, and snowy biomes. You can build anything, from a tiny hut to a massive castle, or even an automated farming system. The game features advanced crafting, enchanting, and alchemy systems. There's even a final zone with the Ender Dragon for epic battles. Seven Days to Die is a hardcore survival game set in a post-apocalyptic world filled with zombies. The main idea, every seventh day, a massive horde attacks. Everything you do is preparation for that blood moon event. You start with nothing, scavenging for food, water, tools, and weapons. You can build fortifications, dig tunnels, set traps, and even set up electric systems. There's a day-night cycle, and zombies become faster and more aggressive at night. Co-op makes survival way more fun. One player can dig a bunker, another can hunt, while a third loots abandoned buildings. Everyone has to work together to survive the next wave. Green Hell throws you into the real jungle, the Amazon rainforest, where everything is out to get you. Snakes, poisonous plants, wild animals, parasites, infections, exhaustion, heat, and even your own mind. No fantasy here, it's all realism. You must carefully monitor your food, water, calories, vitamins, wounds, and infections. You'll need to bandage injuries, cook food, boil water. One mistake can mean death. The game includes a story mode, but you can also play in sandbox mode. In co-op, it becomes a real expedition. One player cooks, another gathers resources, while a third fights off a jaguar or battles an infection. It's intense, immersive, and deeply engaging.
Mia, you're not gonna believe this. Looks like I found an illegal gold mine.
The jungle is full of surprises. Anything of interest there?
I'll let you know.
Raft is a unique survival game where you begin on a tiny wooden raft in the middle of an endless ocean. Armed with a hook, you fish debris like planks, bottles, and food from the water. Over time, you expand your raft, build walls, grills, water filters, engines, multiple floors, and even start growing crops. The ocean is full of surprises, from deadly sharks chewing through your raft to mysterious islands and sunken research labs with a story to uncover. There is a light narrative as you explore islands and abandoned outposts. Playing with friends is fun and efficient. One navigates, another gathers resources, and someone defends against sharks. You can build a giant floating fortress and sail toward oceanic mysteries. The simple gameplay evolves into a compelling survival experience. Don't starve together is a dark and stylish survival game with a Tim Burton-like aesthetic. You're dropped into a strange, dangerous world where everything can kill you. Darkness, monsters, hunger, heat, cold, insanity, and even bunnies, if you lose your mind. The goal is simple: don't die. But surviving is anything but easy. You must gather resources, cook food, manage your sanity, dress for the weather, and fight off creepy creatures. The cycle of seasons makes it even harder. Winter and summer bring unique threats. In co-op, it's chaos and fun. One hunts rabbits, another cooks soup, and a third accidentally sets the camp on fire. Still, it's a great team-based survival game where coordination is key to lasting longer. No Man's Sky offers a massive universe filled with billions of procedurally generated planets. You're an explorer traveling through the galaxy, boarding your ship, landing on planets, gathering resources, building bases, meeting aliens, trading, fighting, and flying through space. Each planet has a unique ecosystem, climate, wildlife, and terrain. Some are lush and livable, while others are radioactive or deadly. The game features quests, bosses, technologies, and upgrades. Playing with friends is a blast. You can build a base on a beautiful planet, go on expeditions, explore ancient ruins, or embark on interstellar journeys together. The game has received tons of free updates and is now one of the best space survival experiences available. In Conan Exiles, you play as an exile thrown into the brutal world of Conan the Barbarian. Survival is harsh, with scorching heat, hunger, enemies, monsters, and powerful bosses. You begin in the desert, then build your settlement, tame thralls, mine metals, forge weapons and armor, and go to war. The game features a rich world with varied biomes: deserts, jungles, swamps, snowy lands. There's an extensive crafting and leveling system, castle building, temples, and, in recent updates, magic. PvE and PvP options are both available. In co-op, you can divide roles, build a fortress, go on raids, or hunt bosses. One of the most interesting mechanics is capturing enemies and turning them into thralls who can work or defend your base.
Gods curse this sandstorm. We were forced to take refuge before the wind scoured the skin from our faces. There is something in the storm. Beasts.
Project Zomboid is arguably the most realistic zombie apocalypse simulator out there. It's not about superheroes with guns. It's about an ordinary person who can die from a scratch, a bite, or even hunger. The setting is classic small-town America, now overrun by zombies. The map includes a huge open world of cities, suburbs, forests, and farmlands. With friends, it becomes a full survival team experience. One builds a base, another loots pharmacies, and someone else fixes the generator. You can form caravans, run patrols, or fight off massive hordes. It's slow, deep, and hardcore, and that's exactly what makes it great. Horus Rising puts you in the role of a vampire, awakening after centuries of slumber. You must build your castle, feed on blood, avoid sunlight, and dominate or destroy humans. The isometric camera and dark fantasy world give it a Diablo-like feel, but with strong survival elements. You start weak, but grow stronger by hunting bosses and unlocking new abilities, forms, wolf, bear, bat, weapons, and spells. There's a deep crafting system, territory control, servant management, and castle building. In co-op, you can build a shared vampire fortress, hunt together, defend against other players, or take down powerful foes. The atmosphere, visuals, and sense of progression make it one of the best games in its subgenre. Grounded is an original survival game where you play as a teenager shrunk down to the size of an ant, trapped in an ordinary backyard that now feels like a vast and dangerous world. You're threatened by spiders, beetles, bees, frogs, even rain can be deadly. Your goal is to survive, uncover why you shrank, and find a way to return to normal. You build bases using leaves, twigs, plastic, and even chewing gum. Cook food, study nature, discover hidden labs, and fight giant bugs. Co-op is incredibly fun. One player builds, another fights, and someone explores. It's not as hardcore as Green Hell or Project Zomboid, but it's full of charm, creativity, and unique ideas.
Am I wearing Nat cologne or something?